It's funny, by the way, when people trying to introduce to me, sometimes they say, Dan, you're an architect. Some say you're a designer. Some say you're an artist. Some say you're an inventor. But recently I had someone saying, no, 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 you're none of that at all. You are a hippie with a business plan. And to be honest, I could sort of appreciate that because I think, no, but seriously, I think this is what is needed in the world of today, and especially the start of the Singapore Design Week, new ideas, new dreams, and at the same time a desire to make it happen. So let's explore this new world together in that way, in which, for me personally, design is not about another chair or another lamp or another table, but it's about improving life and finding a way to connect creative thinking with technology to upgrade the world around us. And I'll show you two examples short. Here, you know these glow-in-the-dark little stars when you were, which were hanging on the ceiling when you were a boy or girl? Yes? Yeah? They are amazing. I've been staring at them way too long, I think, because they charge at daytime, they glow at night, no battery, no solar panel, no energy bill. They give light. What can we learn from that? What can we learn from nature? So 2 years ago, we started to relook at this material, back to the lab, make it more durable, more light emitting, more brightness. And while we were doing the research, we got a request from this guy, the International Van Gogh Foundation, a famous Dutch painter, who wanted to celebrate his 125th anniversary in the place where he actually lived and worked in Eindhoven. And he lived and worked there, but at the same time, you don't really feel his presence. So the mayor of that city, the province, and the Van Gogh Foundation came to us and said, can you make something to make him feel more alive again, to reappreciate their history? And I like that question a lot. So we sort of started to connect these worlds together. This is how my brain works, by the way. Like usually creative process is more fuzzy, but and I'm really happy that Wallpaper allowed me to keep on doing this for 1 hour. So Tony, yeah, okay, anyway. And this was the final result that we made 10 months later. A bicycle path which charges at daytime via the sun, glows at night, hinting towards a future which is hopefully energy friendly, linking up the local tradition as Van Gogh walked these grounds in 1883. And it's something you can visit every night for free if you come by in the Netherlands. Yeah. Kill the sound up, light down, please. Yeah.
It's just like we're laying on a starry night.
A team up with an infrastructure company, Heijmans, in which the CEO of that company, usually it's very conservative business, roads and stuff like that, but the CEO of the company, Bert van der Els, realized he had to invest in new ideas to survive. And it became a place of poetry. You know, people go there with their girlfriend or boyfriend, you know, like, and hang out. And what was interesting for me as the designer, two worlds started to wake up. The world of the hard capital, so the sheikhs from Qatar started to call how much for 10 kilometers, which was fun. But I think the world of soft capital, which in my opinion is as important, popped up as well. This is a children book which was sent to us a couple of weeks ago. We didn't know, and it's a book about the life of Van Gogh. And in that book, the children, they visit the bicycle path. You see? They made a little copycat. We sued their asses. Yeah, but anyway, so did I say that out loud? Anyway, but so We just so you pop up in the world of imagination, of education. You're triggering what can or cannot be the new default. And for me, this is personally one of the biggest compliments you can get, to realize that creativity might be or will be our true capital. And I think that is what, I mean, Andre was talking about it as well, and Beatrix will talk about it as well. This is not a nice to have. This is not a sort of intellectual blah, 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 blah story. No. It's the new economy. Very simple. And Singapore will become part of that, whether you will like it or not. World Economic Forum, the think tank in Geneva, which I'm also part of, made a top 10 interview of a lot of smart people all around the world, asking what are the top 10 skills you and I need to become successful. And what is interesting is, so it's not about money. It's not. And it's not about being really good in C++. Now look at this. Number 3, creativity. Yeah, which is also nice if you can program C++, but still. Number 2, critical thinking. And number 1, problem solving, complex problem solving. All the things a robot or a computer is really bad at. So I believe that in the future, because of this technological, the taxi drivers will disappear, garbage collection, the robots will come, our human skills, our desire for creativity, our desire to be curious, to have empathy, will be reappreciated even more. So if you want to be successful or happy, start focusing on these 3 babies. Why? This sort of human question to ask, why? Why does a jellyfish emit light or a firefly? It's really weird. Why do they do that? Why do we accept pollution? 3 years ago, in Beijing, looking at my window, I was looking, this is REM, CCTV tower. Left is a good day. Life is okay. The cars, the people, the birds, life is okay. And then 5 days later, the right image, holy moly. A city so polluted, I almost start to smoke again just to feel healthy. No, but really, it's like, ha. So this is, but at the same time, this is a very sad image, because here you see our desire for progress, our desire for innovation, sometimes has side effects that you and I would never imagine, yes? And pollution is one of them. And I'm not saying, blame China, because Paris, London, my own town, Rotterdam, has its issues with pollution. People live 2 to maybe 10 years shorter. Children have lung cancer when they're 6 years old. We've created machines, we've created landscapes that hurt us. That's not what we want. So of course there's China's central government with their war on smog, investing in clean air and electrical cars, etc., etc. But we wanted to make something within the now. So basically we said, what if we would suck up the smog particles, literally build the largest smog vacuum cleaner in the world. So we suck up the polluted air in the top, clean it on the nano level, and then release the clean air. So we will have parks which are clean, where children can play outside again. And 1 year later, we built the first one. This is in Rotterdam. So it sucks up 30,000 cubic meter per hour, so like the size of a football stadium in half a day, captures the PM2.5, PM10 particles, and then releases the clean air. So you have parks, playgrounds, which are 55 to 75% more clean than the rest of the city. And energy is, of course, important. We made it in such a way that it only uses like 1,000 watts, 1,400 watts, which is like a water boiler, very minimal. And it, sharing this dream of clean air. But also, this, here, I have it with me. This is not the substance Amsterdam is famous for. No. I can make fun of my own country, yes? Yeah, okay, I can make, anyway. This is Beijing smog. Yeah, you can show it around, Tony. This is the stuff we were sucking up from the skies. And it's like, really? And we had buckets of this stuff standing in our studio. And on a Monday morning, the project manager came to me and said, Daan, what should we do with this stuff? Is it waste? It's occupying too much space. We should get rid of it. Who should we call? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. So we were sort of having this Monday morning debate meeting. And then someone of the studio walked by, and she said, Daan, what are you fighting about? What are you arguing about? You've always been saying that waste should not exist. Waste for the one should be food for the other. Think as a network. Think as a circle. And she was right. So we started to relook at this incredibly disgusting material, but saw it as an ingredient, as a component to design, realizing that 42 till 48% is made out of carbon. And I'm son of a math teacher, and I think you know it as well. Carbon under high pressure, you get, yes, diamonds. That was interesting. So we were inspired by that, and we started to make smog-free jewelry. Yeah, Agnes, now you're up. Yeah, I'm not going to propose. Don't worry. Yeah. Like, okay, so here you go. So we compress it for 30 minutes, and by sharing a ring, you donate 1,000 cubic meter of clean air to the city where the tower is in. And we put this online, Kickstarter, crowdfunding campaign. We had a big budget problem while we were working on this project, because everybody was interested, but at the same time hesitant. Put it online, and people started to pre-order it. And even more importantly, they started to prepay it. So the finance we made with the jewelry helped us to realize the first smog-free tower. You know, that's amazing, that the waste was actually the maker, the bridge, the enabler. And you know, like people started to purchase it. This is a wedding couple. They sent it to us, 5-6 weeks ago from India. He proposed to her with a true sign of beauty, clean air. And she said yes. I love this photo. It's like, no shame, no shame. Yeah. And right now it's traveling in Beijing, making larger versions, smaller versions, sharing the dream of clean air. And we're working now on United Nations to make sure it's not just a one-off or a nice-to-have. You have human rights, the right for mobility, the right for nationality. Right now we're working on the right for clean air as a new set of default. As a new set, as when you start to design a city or a landscape or an object, it has to be not polluting. And we had 2 or 3 meetings. They did not say no yet, so we'll be working on that as well. Maybe to conclude, let's see if we can skip some time a bit. Also, this kind of process, I hope you're not getting me wrong. I'm not saying it's easy, because maybe it's good to talk a bit about the process as well. Hey, you have a dream, you have an idea, but how do you get there? And what I experienced in my life is that a lot of people say they want innovation, they want the next, the new, etc., etc. But the moment you present a new idea to your wife or your boss or your husband or your grandma, there's this weird tendency to reply every new idea starting with 2 words, which is, guys, come on, what are they saying when you present something new? Not feasible? No, it's more annoying. More annoying than that. Yes, but. Oh, you know it way too well. Yeah, yes, but. It's too expensive, it's too cheap, it's too beautiful, it's too ugly, it's too fast, it's too slow. 5,000 reasons to not do something. I got really annoyed. I started to dress black a bit gray hair, like a true architect. One morning I wake up, I say, I have to do something with this. It is dragging me down. We should use it. So we designed the famous yes, but chair. And this is an existing chair, Dutch design by Friso Kramer, but we gave it a little update, a little hack. And we put a little voice recognition element in it, hidden. And so the moment you sit on that chair and you say those 2 horrible, creative, destructive, annoying little words, you get a short but pretty intense little shock on the backside of your bottom. And yeah, that works. Yeah, so some clients have left us. They got really mad. And the good ones have stayed. We also use it for ourselves. So I think especially in a world where systems are crashing in terms of economy, in terms of energy, we need to not be afraid. Not yes, but the what now. And there's this famous quote by Marshall McLuhan, who once famously said, on spacecraft Earth, there are no passengers. We are all crew. Yes? And I think this is really interesting and really important to realize. It's about designing the new link between the hippie and the business plan, between the beauty and the bullshit, between the poetry and the pragmatism. But I think if we start embracing that kind of thinking, there is still a whole new world to be explored. And I'm looking forward, Singapore Design Week as sort of kickoff to research and investigate together how it's going to look like in the coming 10 years. All right. Thanks so much, guys. Yep. Thank you.